Good morning, Brandon Artisan, President of Champion Strategies, as we continue our series on speaking, especially public speaking for those people that are new, or maybe you have been doing this for a while and you just need some tips. But whether you are going to be in front of a group, whether you are a new time manager, and now you need to lead people to their success, or maybe you finally got that dream job, but the current situation with COVID hit, and now you're reduced to this box. We're all here to be better, to be the best that we can for the audience that you have and your clients. So let's just dive into it. I had someone send me an email and they had asked about how do we handle people who may have impediments speaking or stuttering, as we would call it. So, just five quick tips. Are there more? Yes, there's more that we can talk about. We just want to talk about five tips on how you can better prepare yourself to give a better presentation if you want to stay away or reduce the stuttering. First of all, how about visualizing something positive? In other words, there's two types of visualization. When I played and coached sports, we were always taught to put ourselves in that situation, scoring the winning touchdown by avoiding a tackler, getting that base hit or home run in baseball, visualizing something that happens. This way, you're imagining and you're smiling because I achieved. And what does the audience see? They see that you're comfortable, and it will reduce the stuttering because you are relaxed. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with that, how about something positive that's at the podium next to you? Maybe a picture or on your cell phone, an image of your children, your grandchildren, that summer home, that vehicle that you're wanting to get. Something positive. When we visualize before we start speaking and fanning the room, they're seeing that you're confident and comfortable in your abilities. And I guarantee you, much of that stuttering will stop. How about getting familiar with the space you're going to present in? Now, many times I know that may not be practical to do, but if you do have the time to actually visit the space that you're going to be giving your presentation, it will do a few things for you. First of all, I'm familiar with the surroundings. So no matter where I'm sitting, there might be steps, there might be people to the left or right of me. And if there's movement, somebody drops something, somebody coughs, there's something, I won't lose my place. I can know where the tonality or the volume can be if you have the opportunity to be in that space. When I used to play and coach sports, we would always try to put and prepare our players for the upcoming situation, especially a big game away. Find noise. Find as much noise and heckling as you can get because your players will already say, I've been there, I've heard that. It will relax them. So, the same way here, if you have the opportunity, get familiar with the presentation space. Next thing, and if you've ever listened to anything that I say when it comes to you being the best that you can be, We have to practice, 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 rehearse, practice in front of the mirror with your family, with your friends, with your video, on your phone, audio. Practice, practice, practice. The more you prepare for the situation, the more easily and comfortably it will come across, especially if you can play back listening to your tonality, listening to the speed that you presented in. These things are a great help. And if you've heard me before, practice makes consistency. And if you are consistent, that's what the audience is expecting. They can hear the power of what you're trying to tell them. Naturally, you're going to be nervous. Nervous energy is something that we all deal with. You can think about any time in your life where the adrenaline is going. Usually, go back to a physical activity or some type of competition. It's okay to have that nervous energy. Nothing wrong with it. Everyone, I repeat, everyone, I don't care on what level, had that adrenaline rush. So that adrenaline rush can do a lot of things for you. If we slow down and steady walk to where we need to be, keep a rhythm, and in your head, I'm still thinking about my speed, even though I know that my heart is racing. But don't let nervous energy be your enemy. It's your friend, really. You just need to know how to control it. And then, last thing for this morning, slow down. Unless the person that invited you to speak told you there's a set amount of time that they need to stay on. Sure, you want to adhere and finish early. We've talked about that. But there's no reason to rush. When you're rushing through things, that's when the stuttering will increase. Why? Because your mind and your mouth are not in sync. Slow it down so this way I can over articulate to the guest. Don't have to speak fast. It takes time for them to understand what you're saying. And when you can present it in a cadence and a pace that people can recognize, they will remember the impact of the content that you're trying to share with them for that presentation. Now, if some of that makes sense to you, join me tomorrow. We will touch on it again. Another great tip, because people do get nervous and people do stutter. Can we overcome it? Sure, we can. Happens every day. Once again, Brandon Hardison here from Champion Strategies with another speaker's tip, because we want you to be the best that you can be each and every day. And with that said, go out and make it a champion day.